Greetings. You have your ticket? You don't have one, my friend? Just hit the subscription button below. Come on in. Hi, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys. One of our dear sisters asked me to share some information. I did a video earlier today, and I was speaking about the leading causes of death for black males. And our dear sister asked that if it was possible, if I could share, or if I had that information, and if I did have it, could I share that information in regards to black females in terms of, leading causes of death by age group. And so I wanted to take, take a few minutes of your time and share this information, with you. And this is what I will ask of you, okay? And is that you would take this information, my dear sisters, and share this information with your family and your friends. Pass the video along because I think it's equally important for you to know as well on dietary laws and how these things could very well be affecting you. All we're dying based off of what we're eating in comparison to other ethnic groups, okay? And before I get into this, I just want to share that there's 140 categories, and I'm talking about from age groups from 1 to 85, and then there are 10 categories. Each is ranked from the number 1 killer all the way down to number 10. On the video I just did earlier today with HIV and men of color, black men, it was interesting because I looked at HIV for white men of all age groups, and I looked at HIV for black men of all age groups. Black men were 5 times listed compared to 1 time listed for white men. White men was only listed in the age group of 35 to 44. Black men were in age groups from 20 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, and then I think that's where it stopped. HIV. So again, if anyone is telling you that HIV is not killing you, that homosexual behavior that's related to homosexuality, I know you can get it from other things, but the number one, and anybody, the Center for Disease Control will tell you this, okay? The homosexual community, by far, I think it's like 20 times or more likely to get HIV than a heterosexual person. And yet they want to teach this in our schools. They want to introduce our children to this lifestyle and behavior. And some of you guys are okay with this. Putting a death sentence on your child because of a lifestyle choice, a sexual orientation. And if something happens to your child, indirectly, somewhere down the road, if that child does not live a full, healthy life, then I want you to understand that you will be held accountable and you have accountability. I know some of you guys don't like me saying that. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you based off of the facts. If I introduce my child to alcohol at 10, 11 years old, and my child died at 40 years old from cirrhosis of the liver, how can you tell me I don't have any responsibility in that when I'm the one who introduced him to alcohol as a child? Or any other detrimental behavior, something that could rank in death, in the top 10 death statistics, which HIV is there in each one of those categories. Okay? And I digress. I'll stop right there because this message is not about, black men and cause of death. It's really black females. Okay? But I just had to get that in there because we're taking this subject way too lightly, as Hebrew Israelites, or Israelites who happen to be Hebrew, or the culture, from the culture of the Hebrewic culture. We're taking this stuff way too lightly. If the majority group want to practice that type of lifestyle, let them practice that lifestyle. We need to come from among them, as the scripture says, be separate and don't touch things that are not clean. They are not our masters. We are not supposed to allow them to dictate to us what is culture and what is not culture. You know what I'm saying? If they want to lay in the mud and sleep in the mud and sleep in filth and debauchery, let them do it. We are to be intelligent enough, and we are intelligent enough to say, I'm sorry, that lifestyle is not for me, and it's damn sure not for my child. Now that's the facts. Now let me get on to this, okay? My dear sister, here we go. All right. when we look at age groups, so I'm going to read off the chart here. So guys, you don't need to see the chart. I think you know I'm reading from the chart. Ages, okay, from ages, let's go into we're going to start at age 10. Black females, age 10. The number one killer is unintentional injuries. That's accidents. Number 2 is chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 3, homicide. Number 4, heart disease. Wow. Number 5, birth defects. Number 6, number 6 is birth defects. Number 7 is suicide. Number 8, strokes, which is tied. It's a two-way tie with strokes and suicide. And then medical surgery and complications. Okay, then the other is septima, benign neoplasma. So I'm not sure. Influenza, I guess pneumonia. I think that's what septica is. But one of y'all can correct me with that. And next time I bring up this, I'll know that. Ages 15 to 19, again, unintentional death number 1, homicide number 2. For black females, homicide number 2. Then at ages 20 to 24, is homicide again is number 2, unintentional injuries. As a matter of fact, unintentional injuries is the number 1 killer of all black females from the ages of 1 all the way up to the ages of 34. So accidental killings, death by accident, unintentional, something happened that caused the death that was not of natural occurrences or illness. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Now, let's go back to ages 5 to 14, the number 2 killer is cancer. That's 1 out of every 10 children between the ages of 5 and 14 of dying of cancer. Then ages 15, number 2 killer is, I think I shared it already, homicide. Number 3 killer from 15 to 19 is suicide. The number 3 killer from ages 20 to 24, heart disease. Ages 25 to 34, cancer, and then unintended injuries. So how about this? Let me make this easier. I'm just going to go through each age group, and I'm going to go through the top 10 causes of death. Okay? And we're going to move on from the children. We're going to start at young adults and move forward. So we're going to start at ages teenagers all the way to adulthood. So again, number 1 from 15 to 19. Unintentional injuries. Number 2, homicide. Number 3, suicide. Number 4 is cancer. Number 5, heart disease. Number 6 is birth defects. Number 7, pregnancy complications. Number 8, anemias. That's like sickle cell, things like that. Number 9, chronic lower respiratory diseases. And number 10, influenza. Okay? Let's go to ages 24 to 20. Number 2, remember, number 1 is unintentional deaths. Number 2, homicide. Number 3, heart disease. Number 4, suicide. Number 5, cancer. Number 6, pregnancy complications. Number 7, HIV disease. Number 8, diabetes. Number 9, anemias. And number 10, chronic lower respiratory diseases. Ages 25 to 34. Number 2, heart disease. Number 3, cancer. Number 4, homicide. Number 5, pregnancy complications. Number 6, diabetes. Now look at this, guys. 25 to 34-year-old, the number 6 killer for black females, diabetes. Now how is that not related to diet? Okay, let's keep on going. Number 7, HIV again. Number 8, suicide. Number 9, stroke. Number 10, anemias. Ages 35 to 44. Number 1, cancer. Number 2, heart disease. Number 3, unintentional injuries. Number 4, HIV. 5 for every 100 are dying of HIV at ages 35 to 44. Number 6, strokes. Number 7, homicide. Number 8, kidney disease. Number 9, septicemia. That's spelled SEPTICEMIA. If one of you guys want to look that up, if you're not sure what that is, because I am not, unfortunately. And then number 10, pregnancy complication. Let's go up to ages 45 to 54. Okay. Number 1, cancer. Wow, guys, ladies. Number 1, cancer. Number 2, heart disease. Number 3, unintentional injuries. Number 4, stroke. Number 5, diabetes. Number 6, HIV, guys. HIV again. As you can see now, every category so far, HIV has been a top 10 killer. Number 7, chronic liver disease. Number 8, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 9, septicemia. Number 10, kidney disease. You know it's got to have something to do with lifestyle, guys. When you start looking at this, again, at the ages of 45 to 50, heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, HIV, chronic liver, chronic lower disease, kidney disease. Ladies, you got to take better care of yourself. Age 55 to 64. Number 1, cancer. Number 2, heart disease. Number 3, diabetes. And by the way, cancer, if you go back and look at everything that I said, the top 2, that's 1 out of 5. Each one of them, either 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5. Just so you know what kind of penetration we're talking about here. So you can go back and replay it. Just remember, when I say top 1 or 2, that's either 1 out of 5 or that's either 1 out of 4, okay? Let's continue on. So let's go back again. I'll start again, age 55 to 64. Again, number 1, cancer. Number 2, heart disease. Number 3, diabetes. Number 4, stroke. Number 5, chronic lower respiratory diseases. Number 5, kidney disease, dialysis is coming in your future. Number 7, unintentional injuries. Number 8, septicemia. Number 9, hypertension, high blood pressure. Number 10, chronic liver disease. And then ages 65 and older, and we'll stop right there. Heart disease, number 1. That's at 25.5% heart attacks. 65 and older. That's not very old, guys, ladies. Number 2, cancer, 20%. Number 3, stroke. Number 4, Alzheimer's disease. Number 5, diabetes. Number 6, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 7, kidney disease. Number 8, hypertension, high blood pressure. Number 9, septicemia. And number 10, influenza and pneumonia. And the numbers don't change if you go higher. So my dear sister, I hope that information helps. And again, guys, this goes back to proper dietary laws. The things that we cannot eat. Because I feel very confident if I took these same numbers, or I took this chart and said white females, that the information would be almost totally in reverse or different. You follow me? And if you look at percentage-wise, I can assure you it would be a lot greater penetration in our people. I'm talking about Israelites, okay? The chosen people who have, by commandment of the Most High, a dietary law on what we can eat, what we cannot eat. So my dear sisters, if you have young daughters at home, remember some of these diseases are kicking in or getting started at 10 years old. And I'll go back up to that first part. Let me take this back to you, just so you know, okay, that from 5 to 9 years old, I got a minute here, I'm going to get through this real fast, I promise. 5 to 9 years old, number 2, killer, cancer. Number 3, chronic respiratory disease. Number 5, heart disease. I'm going to skip a little bit, just so you can see the number 8, influenza and pneumonia. And then number 10, benign or neoplasma, which means, in essence, matter of fact, it's tied with strokes. 9-year-old girls having strokes. What could that possibly be if that's not diet related? Then 10 to 14. Number 2, cancer. Again, chronic lower respiratory diseases. Number 5, heart disease. Matter of fact, heart disease is number 5 for 5 to 9. I'm sorry, from 5 to 9 and 10 to 14, heart attacks. That is serious, guys. Suicide, number 7. So that's a real concern, because why would, 10 to 14-year-old girls start thinking about suicide unless they're being improperly influenced through social media and other formats that making them feel that somehow or another they're not quality and they're not the daughters of the Most High. Okay? And then stroke is number 8. And that's it. Okay? So guys, my sister, ladies, please share the video. Hope you learned something. Remember, Leviticus 11 will tell you about dietary laws. Go back, do your own research. Do not listen to these lying preachers and teachers who are telling you can eat anything and live like the Gentiles. You're not a Gentile, and you can't live as one. At least if you want to live a full, healthy life. Thank you guys. Bye now.